guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got something new for y'all. So I want to start a series, and this particular series is specifically for entertainment purposes only, honey, because that's all you can call it at this point. It's just entertainment. So I'm going to do a story time series with you guys. It's gonna be about my past dating experiences and just some dates that are like unforgettable, but not because of the best reasons. So for now, like right now it's funny, then it wasn't funny, but you know, it makes for good content right now. So if anybody had been like watching my Facebook lives, I kind of made a thing out of it and was talking about them. But if you haven't seen them, great, because then you'll get to hear about them here. But to anybody new, you know, maybe you're not my friend on Facebook, you'll get to hear about it. And like, these are crazy, these are funny. And right hand to the Bible, sis, these are real. I promise you I didn't make any of this shit up, because I couldn't have made it up like in my wildest imagination. So I'm gonna share these things with you guys. But also, you know, I want to hear about your stories too. You know, let's talk about it a little bit. If you have a date you will never forget, or it's truly entertaining, or it's funny now, tell me about it. I want to start with this story. So this particular guy, I think we actually met on Tinder. I'm pretty sure it was on Tinder. But it was just like, you know, he looked nice, looked decent. There were no red flags. There was nothing, you know, to indicate anything that I should be like worried about. And y'all, I promise y'all this title is not clickbait. It is 100% real. It's 100% real. Like, so anyway, it was fine. Everything was good. You know, I guess we swiped and matched, and so we ended up talking. We ended up deciding to go on a date. So we decided to go to this, or I think it was his idea, but we went to like this wine bar, I guess is the best way to call the place. It was a wine bar, so they serve food and stuff like that, but they're mainly known for their wines and wine tastings and things like that. So that's just what we did. We met up downtown, because I don't let people pick me up on a first date. Maybe not even the second, but that's just a comfort level thing. I've never liked for people necessarily know where I live right away, so I'm not gonna give you my address. It just is what it is. And I don't wanna get in a car with you. Like, if something goes wrong or I feel uncomfortable, I wanna be able to leave. And that's in most settings, honestly. But I want to be able to leave and be in control of the situation, so I meat people everywhere. So met him there, and it was a random night of the week. It might have been like a Thursday or something, let's just say. So there was really nobody in there except for us, so which was fine. It was cool, whatever. It didn't mean anything. So you know, we're, you know, having wine and stuff, you know, tasting a couple of different wines. And you know, conversation is pretty good. His vibe is just like really low-key, laid back, you know, not necessarily boring though. Sometimes like too laid back can equate to boring for me, because I'm not a laid back person. Like, I'm a little more spunky, you know, got a little more feist. But you know, it was fine, it was cool. It was, you know, like I said, conversation was fine, it was flowing pretty well, so I had no complaints. I would say about halfway through the date, halfway through, he was just talking about something, you know, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, I don't think this man has any upper teeth in his mouth. Like, I was just in my head thinking, I haven't seen one yet. And you know, teeth is a thing. Like, you actually, you know, if it is for me, like, you know, the way that I'm talking, like, you can see all of the teeth in my mouth. And I was just thinking, like, I have not seen any upper teeth. Like, I could see his lower teeth for some reason, but I didn't see any upper teeth. So I was like, I don't think he has. And I'm just in my head. But once it's in my head, I can't let it go. And now I keep staring, because I wasn't seeing gums. I wasn't seeing gums either, but I wasn't seeing teeth, and that's what I was looking for. So I was like, oh my God, I don't think this dude has a, and mind you, he wasn't old or he wasn't older per se, where like it would be common for you not to have teeth. You know what I mean? Like he was like 34, 35 at the time. So in other words, he's of an age where teeth is still a high priority on the list in this dating pool, okay? Like it just is. You should have some teeth in your mouth. So, you know, and I just keep staring and I'm like, oh my God. And I mean, for like the rest of the day, I'm like looking. But what I was also thinking in my head is like, you know how sometimes people, when they have like braces, they learn how to hold their mouth a certain way. So like you don't see the braces as prominent. You know, I think, you know, you just kind of train yourself to do that. I think that's what he had did. He had just trained himself to talk, maneuver, eat, drink, whatever. Mind you, we weren't eating, we were just drinking. So I didn't see him eat anything. But just a way to hold his mouth where you couldn't tell. Because I couldn't tell until about midway through. And I don't even know why my mind went to it. It was just something in my head that was like, I don't see any upper teeth. So it was in my head. I couldn't get it out. And so I'm like continuously staring. And I was like, this dude does not have any. I don't see any. I don't see none. And I'm looking for them. I am looking. I'm trying not to make it awkward. I didn't like shut down and stop talking or anything like that. But I'm looking. Like I'm determined to find a tooth. At least one. And I didn't see anything. And so, you know, the rest of the day goes on. And kind of the confirmation was when we were leaving, and you know, because we're downtown, so it's pretty much street parking. So I parked, he's walking me to my car, you know, and I parked next to a curb. So we're like standing next to the car, and he's like standing up on the curb, and I'm like, you know, standing down on the street. So, you know, I'm only 5'4", so I'm usually shorter than most people. But so he's standing up, and I kind of I can look up into his mouth, and baby, nothing was there. Nothing was there. Oh my God. Like I was just like, come on, like, and I guess that was a deal breaker for me, y'all, because it is a deal breaker for me because I never saw him again. I don't even think I talked to him. I think we texted a little bit after that, but I pretty much, I'll own that. I ghosted him. Like I couldn't, and I was not, and people were like, well, you didn't ask him, you know, like what happened or anything. And I'm like, how do you ask someone that? Because the only things that come to mind for me, if you were like 34, 35 and you don't have any teeth, it means either you've had a history. Like all that comes to mind for me is like drug use. You know, like people that have been on drugs, sometimes they don't have teeth, you know, or like you had an accident. But to me, I'm like, I don't care what happens. Like at this age, oh, if something happens to these, we gonna get some emergency dental care, but you're gonna have to put them back in my head, or you're gonna have to put another pair back in my head, because when I tell you I'm not about to go through the rest of my life with no teeth, I'm not. So you need to find something, you need to plaster them, mold them, whatever you need to do, and you need to put them in my head. So no, I didn't ask him what happened. No, I wasn't gonna ask him what happened, but that was the end for me. Like, I'm sorry. I would ask y'all if it was shallow, but I don't give a shit because I'm not. Okay? I'm not. I am not. That is where I draw the line, okay? You know, I have been considerate and understanding of certain things in people's lives, but that was just something I didn't want to understand. All I know is you showed up and something else did not. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't even know how else to put it. It doesn't matter. He might have been a great guy. I couldn't tell you. I don't know because I didn't give him enough chance to show me, you know, unfortunately. And I stand by my decision today, honey, because it would be no different tomorrow. Like if something changed and, you know, I was available and I didn't go back out into the dating world and you show up with no teeth, you getting ghosted. Like I'm sorry, I can't. It's on the priority list, okay? You know, when people are like, oh, well, you didn't notice anything weird in his pictures, or didn't notice like was he smiling in his pictures? And I'm like, I don't really well, obviously he wasn't smiling. I was like, I don't remember, or he didn't smile in his pictures, but guys take pictures all the time where they don't smile because, you know, they think it's cool or sexy or whatever. It's never like a red flag, like, oh, he's not smiling, something must be wrong with his teeth, or maybe he doesn't have any, you know what I mean? Like, dudes do that all the time, and I didn't know this was something I had to worry about, but apparently it was something I needed to worry about, and apparently y'all need to be out here asking all the questions, and let me see a picture with you. Smile for me, daddy. Like, I need to, I need proof, you know. But yeah, that was the end of that, y'all. And I promise y'all, that really happened to me. And so if this is a foreshadow for y'all of like the date stories that I have and what may be to come, that may be the worst one though, honestly. I don't know why I started at the top for y'all, but I just wanted y'all to know that these story times are gonna be real. Like, they're gonna be crazy. You're gonna be like, what the hell? And I always used to be like, I don't know why this crazy shit keeps happening to me, but maybe it served a purpose, honey, because I was supposed to tell y'all, it was supposed to make content for me to be able to get up here and have something to tell y'all. So, you know, we're gonna take it for what it's worth now. In the moments, they were not funny. I was not entertained. I did not want to be a part of this. So, you know, it is what it is. I lived the experience. I lived through it. You know, we're here today. So, I still got mine. But, you know, it was just entertaining at the time. But yeah, you guys, that is my story time for y'all today. I'm definitely going to have more content for y'all later. I promise I will. There's more to come. But if you enjoyed this story time today, like, I definitely need you to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. I also need you to thumbs up and like this video, and comment down below if you were entertained. If you have any stories that you went through, any crazy experiences, I definitely want to know about them. So write me down below. I will definitely write you back. But yeah, share this video to your friends as well and on your social media. I appreciate it. But thank you for tuning in again, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.